Hello everyone, time to update my tier list for the GHB and Tempest Trial unit. This time I'm also going to be talking about merge and how they affect certain GHBs because, well, I'm going to be talking about two GHBs, surprising literally no one. But first off, let's talk about Laegjarn, eh? So Laegjarn is our current free Tempest Trial unit from the current Tempest Trial, blah blah blah. She comes with Chill Res, which is about as interesting as Threaten Res Oboro. I don't understand why she has that. Then again, it kind of makes sense in a way. Her entire set looks to be entirely supportive. She has Chill Def in her weapon, Chill Res in her B skill, and then Def Tactic, which is available at 4-star. Kinda sad it's on Laegjarn though, because I kinda like Laegjarn as a character, so I don't really want to kill her, but you know how it is with IS. So, 32, 35, 35, 17. This is a pretty solid stat line. The problem with this is that Finn exists. So, let's move to comparison, shall we? Because there's really not much to say about this set, really. So, alright. First off, let's get the easy one out of the way. Summer Cordelia is just completely better offensively. Can get an attack boon, and has about the same res and a bit more health. The only thing that she has a bit less of is defense. By only 7 points, which is rather easy to get. Well, to fix, I guess, at this point. The thing is, however, that, well, Laegjarn is free. Summer Cordelia is a seasonal. So there is definitely that to keep in mind, but the fact that her offense is just so straightly better is kind of nuts. With attack plus, you have 3 more attack and 3 more speed. Even if you take the merge into consideration, where Laegjarn does not get attack, by the way. She gets speed, def, and HP. Which is kind of a bad combo, as we'll explain a bit later. Yeah. That kind of means that the difference is basically 3 attack and 2 speed. So if you have a Summer Cordelia with attack plus, literally no point in building a Laegjarn, in my opinion, because the difference in defense is really all that Laegjarn has over Summer Cordelia. And frankly, it's really not enough, because at the end of the day, you could go with a def fucking refine, and then it reduced the difference by 3, which, by the way, there's a difference in 3 HP, and even if you go with a speed refine on a Laegjarn, you will only equal her speed, or go a point higher with the first merge. Whereas Cordelia, if she has attack plus, she has a 3 more attack points, so yeah, Laegjarn's main problem is really attack, as you'll soon find out. So, let me talk about merge difference, and why Finn here makes sense to be talked about. I've edited the stats myself, to really showcase what they would be with an actual +1. As we all know, Finn has 34 attack and 33 speed normally. He gets 2 points in speed, 2 points in HP, and 1 point in attack on his first merge after the merge update. Why? Because his highest bases are HP, attack, speed. His defense is equal to his attack, I believe. However, when you have 2 stats that are equal, is the first one that comes up in his stat line. That's the one taken in consideration. So in this case, attack. So, as you can see, there's quite a gap in attack, and at +10, this makes a gap of 3 attack versus 2 speed. And he also has more health and more res, and only 4 less defense. The only thing you can really go with Laegjarn that actually makes her better than Finn is if you're going for a bit more bulk. Because the speed part is really not that relevant. If you have literally anyone with own cav next to Finn, you are already at 44 speed without even a refine in mind. 44 speed is already enough to double or prevent doubles that matters. You don't need really all that much more. In my opinion, if you have 45 speed, you're more than enough. Going more than this tends to be very, very overkill. This is also why I suggest Attack Plus on like Legendary Marth, because like he has 39 base speed. So if you're on top of it, have Speed Plus and then his Fire Emblem procs, that's like 50 speed. You don't need that much speed. It's just overkill at that point. So yeah, it's kind of the same logic here. Speed is far less relevant than attack. Why is attack so much more relevant? Flashing Blade cannot be used on cavs. You have to rely on Heavy Blade, and 36 versus 39 at plus 10 is kind of laughable. Because if you have like say, oh, Slaying Lance, you're sitting at 50 attack. Obviously, that's without buffs. With buffs, that's 56 attack. 56 attack is still shaky. If you want to make it work, you have to either run a Brazen, hit Brazen range, or run a solo skill. That's kind of a fucking yikes from me, because solo skills are very expensive to get. Brazens are not. She can definitely use Brazen fairly well though, thankfully. But if there's any Brazen I would actually suggest to people, is Brazen Attack Res, which is not exactly available, and Attack Res Solo is also not very available, so yikes. Now people might be wondering why I say Brazen Attack Res. One of her main point is defense. Because you can actually make her res work. I only have one set here, but you can also substitute the lens for Berkut's lens. Just keep that in mind once we get to it. But yeah, if there was one way to put it, they are about equal. Finn is better offensively, Laegjarn is better defensively. The thing is, Finn is really, really good offensively, can run Gale Force pretty safely, doesn't require Brazen to be active to actually proc consistently, is Heavy Blade, which makes it so much better for him. It's just kind of a yikes for Laegjarn, because it's basically a more expensive version of Finn that doesn't really gain much from it. Because as you can see, the only stats she has better than Finn are speed and death, and the speed is kind of made irrelevant because she kind of is at that threshold where she has too much. And the defense is, well, it's nice, but there's already a difference of 2 HP in favor for Finn, so it really doesn't feel that big, if that makes any sense. But yeah, so also if you're curious what the merge difference does, Finn gets an extra HP, attack, and speed, while Laegjarn gets an extra HP, speed, and death. The reason why I wanted to point this out is because the extra point in attack makes the difference from 2 to 3. And that's definitely not worth mentioning, considering attack is probably the most important stat of any cav units. So, alright, with that said, let's go to the tier list, eh? So as you can see, Finn and Laegjarn are basically side by side. No surprises there. There's really not much you can do. Laegjarn is about as equal to Finn, though personally I'd still do Finn, and Finn might actually get a legendary weapon down the line. Hopefully he does, because wow, that'd be nice. I'd actually also like a prep for Laegjarn, if anything, because what she has as a weapon right now is only good for cheerleading purposes, which is not a good thing. Not a good thing at all. As for the build I want to showcase for Laegjarn, there's really only one. It's this one. Like I said, you can substitute the weapon for Berkut's Lance. It's the same logic. If you run Berkut's Lance, you're going to be hitting 46 defense and 44 res, so there's definitely that worth mentioning. Saying that it's just better to proc Gale Force consistently once under Desperation, however, so do keep that in mind. If you are planning on using Berkut Slants, I am going to tell you Mystic Boost might be a good B slot, so she can heal herself back up and take the hit, so Gale Force actually procs. So it's not a bad idea to do this. Attack Smoke is definitely a good idea as well, so she can actually have a bit more, well, survivability. The second she actually hit a unit, she probably kills it. Proc Gale's Force, kill another unit, everything around her is under the effect of Attack Smoke most likely. And that makes her a whole lot better. Also 46 defense and 44 res is pretty solid at that point. Do keep in mind also you can actually use Tactic skill pretty consistently with her. Her speed is already pretty solid to the point where she doesn't exactly need the speed buff. It helps, mind you, it does. But you don't absolutely require it. So you can just run someone with like Attack Tactic, Def Tactic, and someone else with Res Tactic, and then a Drive. Because you can actually abuse drives on top of the solo skills, and solo skills are only adjacent. Again, Brazen are also another option you can run. But yeah. You can also, instead of Gale Force, you can also run Aether instead if you're going to be running like Berkut Slants. That way you have a bit more sustain. Other than that, there's really not much to say here. Basic update. This was meant to be a short video because I'm only covering one character this time. Last time I was covering also Navarre and fuck, who's the other dude? Female Robin. So there was more to say, but this time there's only Laegjarn, so. Alright, I suppose that's about all I had to say here. I'm gonna see you next time, and the next video should be Show Me Your Build, so see y'all later.